let's get into a very controversial question. And that is, can I, as a dominant, talk my partner into submission? Or how do I introduce her into BDSM? If my partner is not into BDSM, is there a way to introduce it to her? This is a very tricky question, and it's a bit controversial, but still, I think it is possible. There are ways I mean, you have to, in a way. If this is something that you are very passionate about and you want to discuss it with your partner, you would love to do it with them, then you need a way to discuss it with them, right? So this is what I'm going to show you. So stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. And also how you can find triggers, whether she is submissive or not, whether she's open for it. Because I think in the bedroom you can definitely find some. And the only reason why I dare to make a video about it is because my master did that to me. And I felt very safe. So it is possible to do it in a safe way. And I would love to share with you how he did it and how I think that you can do it too. Here are a few ideas on how you can find out if your partner is into submission and what kind of submission she is into. First of all, talk with her about her fantasies. This is the first step. Talk with her. Does she ever fantasize about being dragged through the room by her hair? Being raped? Did you know that being raped is one of the biggest fantasies of women? It might be a sign that she is submissive. It might also be a sign that she is into masochism or into humiliation. Just talk with her and find out what she loves and what she doesn't love. Does she like it when you order her around? It's very easy to find it out. Just try it. Tell her, instead of asking her, tell her to go down on you and see what happens. It might scare you in the beginning, and I can imagine, but if you want her to go down on you and you want to dominate her really, and you want to find out if she's submissive, that's a fantastic way. Just see what happens. If she protests, she's going to laugh at you. Maybe she's not so submissive. That might be. Or maybe this is not the way that she loves to submit, because brats, they're also not so very good in following orders, usually. They want to feel the leash tight, and they want to feel the control, so it doesn't say anything yet. But if she likes to follow orders, and you can see that it turns her on, because that's definitely how you should check it, see if it turns her on, if you're ordering you around. What you can also try is this. If she's lying on the bed, take her hands and put them over her head, like this. Grab her wrists and check if she relaxes into it or if it makes her tense. If she likes it, then she likes to be controlled. And it might be that she might be interested in a bit of bondage also. So I think this is one of the things that my master did with me. And I have to tell you, I had a big trust issue before I met him. And I really had to surrender into it. I found it very scary that he did this. And it took me a while, but I did. I mean, I didn't fight it, but I was like almost hyperventilating. So I was like, when it happened, and I really needed to relax into it. And then when I relaxed into it, I loved it. And that is one of the things that my master said that gave him a signal that I might be interested in submission. Yeah, one of the other tips that I can give you is I created a workbook, and that workbook is for introducing BDSM in the bedroom. If you do the exercises in there, you're going to play with each other. And that's a fantastic way to find out what she wants and what she doesn't want. Or what they want, because it's not just about her or him, it's about both of you. What do you want? And then after that, talk with her, because talking is by far the best way to figure out what she wants. The point is that if you just talk, it might be that there's such a layer of expectations of the surrounding, her mom telling her that she can't be a slut. Deep inside, she might want to be a slut. But if she is still there thinking that you're not supposed to be a slut if you're a mom of 3 kids, for instance, then it's really hard to get that out of her when you're just talking. So it might be very good to talk about her fantasies and all. Another way to find out if she is submissive and in what way she likes to be treated is to watch porn together. Find a few porn movies that you think are soft BDSM, so with a bit of bondage, but also, I mean, I love to watch anal movies, anal sex. But I never did a lot of anal sex, but I mean, if you think about it, I love anal sex. And it made sense that I was watching that kind of movies because it's what turns me on. And there is always, bear in mind, there is always a difference. You might be turned on by a fantasy, but you might not want to do it in real life. Especially when I listen to my master, there's a lot of things that he loves to fantasize about. I mean, like sacrificing me on an altar and having all kinds of other men fucking me. But he would never do that because it's something for a fantasy, not for reality. So bear in mind, there is a difference between fantasy and reality. But porn movies and fantasies are fantastic to figure out what someone wants. Also, of course, the kinks list is something that you can use. Okay. I want to show you an example of how you shouldn't do it. Getting her drunk, for instance. Closing her in a toilet. Telling her specific sentences. Let her sit on her knee and let her write sentences. This is not the way how you get submission out of someone. How you can let it blossom. Because submission is something that is given to you. It's not something that you take. These examples is from someone who tried to take that submission from his submissive. And that's not giving. Submission is given when somebody is feeling free to do so. When somebody is feeling safe, surrounded, cared for, treasured. Then, because she feels like she's admired and she's given so much, then she will give you a lot too. That's how you get submission out of someone. So never ever, please, never ever push your partner into submission. And of course, if you want to know if somebody is really submissive, you might just send her to the BDSM test. It's only 3 questions for vanilla people to find out if you are submissive or not. Just do the test and fill in these 3 questions and you'll know if you have something like submission in it or you like more the dominant side. Play with passion.